Hello everybody, this is Scarecrow, and we're back with Famicom Detective Club, Part 2, The Girl in Back. We're in the middle of our investigation. We just found out that there is a section of the wall here that is... Oh, hold on. Hey! What are you doing? Oh, hello. Who are you? Okay, well, we found out a part of that wall was recently changed or paved over. Something about it. I was gonna look at it, but this guy's now showed up. Hello there. Yoko was back here investigating, so apparently something to do with that might have changed her in this past week. You aren't one of the students, are you? I do have a notebook. What are you doing with that? Oh, so you must be an exchange student. That makes sense. This guy a teacher? He looks about 60 or so. Another guy who looks 60. His hair, he at least looks a little bit more 60-ish. Who are you? I'm Tazuki. I've been school janitor here for more than 20 years now. Okay. What can you tell me about the high school? A wonderful school. A great place for an exchange student. What do you know about the rumor? Nothing? Insights? Nothing. Good, he thinks the notebook's mine. Okay, ask about Yoko? You know anything about the student who was murdered a couple days ago? Oh, he seems a little worried about that. Hold on, ask about the high school again? Nope. Oh wait, show him the notebook. Have you ever seen this girl before? No! No way! So you have seen her before. Hey! Wait a sec. Just who are you? Pleased to meet you. I'm Detective Scarecrow. A detective? I've come to investigate Yoko Kojima's death. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you? He looks worried. He looks very worried. I'm busy. I gotta get going. Mr. Tazuki left. Well, that was extremely suspicious. Okay. Think for a second. Pointless to hang around here any longer. However, this Tazuki fellow, I've got my eye on him. Yeah, very suspicious. I think he probably knows something about this wall. Looks like it's been sealed up. If he's the janitor here for however many years, he probably had something to do with that wall getting sealed. It's late. The students are all probably home by now. Okay. Check the vicinity. Anybody else here? Guess that staff meeting's taking longer than expected. Oh, we got someone walking. Hey, that's a Yumi over there. I wonder where she's going. Well, there's only one way to find out. Go ahead and follow her, I guess. Hey, Yumi, what are you doing? Uh-oh. I don't like this at all. Ayumi has stopped in front of a huge mirror. Hey, Scare. Oh, this is really creepy. I don't like the reflection of the mirror here. I feel like something's gonna appear back here. The hallway mysteriously dead ends into this gigantic mirror. It's as quiet as death. Okay. What? What's going on, Ayumi? What's on your mind? Why would she come here at a time like this? Scare. The truth is, something happened here once. What happened? She seemed so strange that day. Like she was sleepwalking or something. I was standing right here, just like I am now. All of a sudden, Yoko was there, calling out to me from behind. I never even heard her walk up. Ayumi, all this talk about the girl in back. It's all true. All of it. You see, she's behind you. Right now. Uh-oh. Okay, so Yoko is calling herself the girl in back now? Did this actually happen, or is this a dream you had? That doesn't make any sense, Ayumi. I know. But that was what she said. I never got the chance to ask her what she meant. Scare pauses for a second before handing Ayumi the notebook. Let her hold on to it or don't give it to her. Oh. There's an option for this? Here, I'll let you hold on to this. Yoko, I can't believe you're gone! There's no way I'm letting the killer get away with this. I understand, Ayumi, but hey, the police were done with this. I thought you should have it. Okay, I'll look after it. Okay, well, can you tell me more about Yoko? Yoko, what did you mean? I'm scared. Scare. There's the bell. That staff meeting should be wrapping up right about now. Okay. Let's go talk to Komada then. This is the art room. Hello, Scare! I have a bit of time right now if you'd like to talk. Okay, good. Well, I'd like to talk about the rumor some more. Scary stuff without a doubt. Oh my god. Did you speak with any of the students on your way in? I did. What can you tell me about Tazuki? He's a school janitor. He can be a bit eccentric at times, but he's a good man. Okay. There's something I was gonna tell you. Now, about before... Yes, the girl in back rumor. Okay, Yoko then. What? Back in the days before he was a janitor here, he used to be a plasterer. Well, that is even more suspicious now. So that wall out back at the old building, was he the one who plastered it? Oh, that wall. Yes, I believe Mr. Tazuki sealed it long ago. He fixed it up in no time after it had collapsed one day. He's very good at what he does. Okay. Think for a second. I need to find out if Yoko was the one who came here or not. That girl who came around the other day, asking questions, could it have been Yoko? It could have been Yoko. I'm just not sure. There's so many students here. Okay. I apologize, but it's very important that I know. I remember her face, but not very much else. Okay. Well, if you remember her face, then I can show you her... Oh, I just gave the notebook to Ayumi, though. Okay, hold on. Think for a second. Maybe he'd recognize her if I showed him her photo on the notebook. Wonder if Ayumi is still here. Okay, let's go talk to Ayumi then. Okay, she's still here. That's good. What is it, Scare? You think you could lend me that notebook from before? Sure, here it is. Got Yoko's notebook from Ayumi. Okay, thank you. You have anything else to say about any of this? The girl in back is now behind me. What could that mean? Well, now if it's behind you... he said that the hallway mysteriously dead-ended into this mirror. So maybe this hallway used to go all the way out. And if the girl is behind you, maybe she's sealed in that wall. And that's why people keep having experiences in this hallway. He's the janitor. What? Did you discover something about him? Okay, so she doesn't have much to say about Tazuki. Yoko, what did you mean? Okay, let's go back to the art room now that I've got the picture. I gotta get going too. See you, Scare. Okay. Oh, you're back. Okay, here, let me show you the notebook. Who's that? Oh! Yes, I remember that face now. She came here not too long ago. She seemed quite a bit different than how she looks in that photo. Though, sort of gloomy, I suppose. She came asking about that old ghost story. So Yoko was investigating the mystery behind the girl in back after all. However, I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself. I still don't know if it had anything to do with her death. True. Okay, so can you tell me anything about her investigation? Nope. How about the rumor? Nope. Okay, so I do know that he saw her and she was investigating. Oh, here we go. Ah, let me guess. I want to know more about that spooky old ghost story. Let me think. Ah, yes, I remember now. I made some time earlier to check up on the details of that girl who vanished. Shinobu Asakawa was her name. She was a freshman here when it happened 15 years ago. That much I do remember. Shinobu Asakawa. Okay, can you tell me anything about her? I don't remember much about her. It's so long ago. Apparently, the story of her disappearance got all mixed up in local gossip, and that's how the tale came to be. Okay. So, girl goes missing, part of the wall is sealed up. Did she get sealed into the wall to hide the body? I apologize, Scare, but I must be getting home now. I hope your investigation goes well. Okay, thank you, Mr. Komada. Okay, so I can only go back to the detective agency. Let's think for a second. Nothing? Okay. Well, I guess we'll go back to the detective agency then. I've got the notebook. Welcome back, Scare. Hello there, Utsugi. I'm up to my ears in this case the police have me working on. How's your investigation coming? Not great. Before anything else, I ought to review. We've got some leads. I've come to learn Yoko had been investigating the tale of the girl in back after all. The disappearance of a local schoolgirl 15 years ago seems to be the origin of the rumor. She was a freshman at Ushimitsu High School named Shinobu Asakawa. Could her disappearance be related in some way to what happened to Yoko? Sure seems like it could be, but we still don't know for sure. And furthermore, what was with that old janitor Tazuki? He seemed awfully suspicious. Yeah, almost too suspicious, right? So I don't think he's actually the guy who did anything, but he knows something. How goes the case, Detective? There's so much I don't understand. Still. Sometimes it helps to have a fresh pair of eyes on a case. Let me share with you what I know of my investigation. It might help ease your mind. 15 years ago, a local snack bar owner named Genjiro Kaneda was murdered. The police once thought they had a solid lead for a suspect until it was learned that the suspect apparently committed suicide just before the murder took place. Huh. So, a guy gets murdered, and then the guy they think did it kills himself. Unfortunately, no more leads ever surfaced. None at all? Well, there is one interesting point. You see, there was supposedly an eyewitness. She was a freshman at Ushimitsu High School. Uh-oh. Was her name Shinobu Asakawa? Her name, it was. Her name was Shinobu Asakawa. Boss! That's the same girl I'm starting to investigate with my case. You don't say. Huh. These two events might be connected. It's possible, Scare. Very possible. Let's head down to the police station and see what we can dig up about Mr. Kaneda. Okay, good idea. Oh, okay. Chapter 2 complete. Chapter 3, the Kaneda incident. Kaneda! Tetsuo! I'm gonna do a bike slide in here. Oh, we're at the police station now. This is the police station. Dozens of people are scurrying about, hard at work. How may I help you? Hello? Excuse me. Yes, may I help you? I'm from the Utsugi Detective Agency. My name is Scarecrow. Ah, yes, Mr. Utsugi said you'd be coming. Isn't he with me? You hear about the Kaneda case, right? Please wait here. Someone will speak with you shortly. Okay. Oh, hello! Look at this detective. An imposing-looking detective has arrived. So, this is Utsugi's apprentice. Good day, I'm Chief Inspector Mariyama. I'm from the Utsugi Detective Agency. My name is Scarecrow. Okay, let's think for a second. I wonder what he knows about the Shinobu. Let's ask about the Kaneda case. I've been instructed to speak with you about the Genjiro Kaneda murder. We've amassed quite a bit of information about it here. Okay, well tell me about Genjiro. Genjiro Kaneda moved to this town 15 years ago, opening up a snack bar that February. On the night of November 10th of that same year, he was found murdered in his home at around 9 p.m. Okay. That's about the cause of death. Kaneda was stabbed multiple times. He died from an excessive loss of blood. Judging from the stab wounds, it seemed as though the murderer held a considerable amount of hatred towards the man. Well, yeah, if he got stabbed a bunch of times. Okay, how about the snack bar? The snack bar was located a few miles from his home. It wasn't where the crime took place. Okay. Let me think for a second. I'm trying to get as much information as I can out of this guy. Okay, well tell me more about Genjiro. What gave Mr. Kaneda such a bad rap? Well, on the surface, he seemed like a simple businessman. Underneath it, he was apparently far more sinister. He had a reputation for demanding excessive amounts of interest from the many people he lent money to. Oh, okay, so he's loan sharking. Okay. To make matters worse, he was a master con artist. He cheated many people out of their well-being and livelihood. Okay. He was widely regarded as a vicious human being, working with cold-blooded precision. His exploits grew in infamy until the police took notice. However, just as an investigation was opened, he was murdered. In other words, he wasn't winning any popularity contests. You might say that. Knowing how many people despise the man, Knowing how many people despise the man has made it difficult to find the true killer. To make matters worse, the murder weapon was never found. No murder weapon. Kaneda was stabbed multiple times. He died from an excessive loss of blood. Okay. The snack bar was not the scene of the crime. Okay, anything else about Genjiro? Mr. Kaneda had a son named Goro. He was 16 at the time. Goro, huh? Goro Kaneda. I've not met anybody named that. All of Genjiro's wealth went to Goro, back when the murder took place. He's been a playboy ever since, never working a day in his life. Okay. After the incident, he dropped out of school. He was seen coming and going from his late father's snack bar quite a bit thereafter. Let's see. Goro would be 31 this year, if I remember correctly. Well, the only person I've met in their 30s so far is the teacher, Hibino. I wonder if that's connected. The man seems to have never simply grown up. Even after all these years, he does nothing but search for the next party. Huh, okay. He's still living the good life. Not a care in the world. Okay. Goro was his only child. What about the snack bar? Where's that at? Back before the murder, Mr. Kaneda's snack bar was a local hangout. Many girls routinely stopped by there after school. Goro made a reputation for himself early on by picking up many of the local girls and taking them back to his father's mansion. Okay. So perhaps Goro had something to do with his father's death in order to get his wealth. And one of the girls that he had seen, Shinobu, saw something, and she ends up missing, / dead, / built into a wall. He was very popular with the ladies. Back in those days, he was a bit more than friendly with a number of girls from Ushimitsu High School. Tell me about the girls. On the night of the murder, 3 girls Goro had previously met were waiting at his mansion for him to come home. 3 girls? At once? Since Goro never said when he would be back, 2 of the girls got tired of waiting and decided to walk home. Only one of the girls remained at the mansion, waiting there all by herself. Let me guess. Shinobu Asukawa. Bingo! From what we can tell, the Kaneda murder took place shortly after Shinobu was left there alone. tell me about her? The girl was simply at the wrong place at the wrong time. She went missing that night. Uh-huh. No one ever saw her again, and to this day, no one knows what became of her. I hate to say it, but there's a little chance she's still alive. There's little chance she's still alive. All we ever discovered was a small pool of blood about 30 feet from Mr. Kanada's mansion. It was type AB, the same as Shinobu's. So you found her blood there. Well, maybe her blood. So have you understood everything I've said so far? Yes, I have. So let me think for a second. I think I've got a pretty good grasp on it. Let me run it by you from the top. Tell me if I make any mistakes. Explanation. Here you will be asked to complete various sentences. Choose a name which appropriately fits each sentence. Okay. I didn't know we'd have to do this at some point. Okay. Select a name with the direction pad. Choose the correct name with the A button. When you are ready to begin, press the A button. Okay. On the night of the Kaneda murder, there was another person at the mansion. Shinobu. She was waiting for this person to return. She was waiting for Goro to return. Got it. The crime was committed around 9 p.m. This person was found stabbed multiple times. This is Kaneda. Oh, we've actually got a picture for him. I guess because it's a historical record. Yep. Hearing a commotion in the house, this person allegedly rushed inside and saw everything. Shinobu? Exactly. Having been stabbed repeatedly, Mr. Kaneda collapsed in a matter of moments. At that time, Shinobu must have tried desperately to escape, frantically running out into the street. The suspect, realizing he'd been seen, most likely pursued and caught up with her. And that's probably when this person was murdered by the suspect. Shinobu? Yeah. I mean, we were just talking about her. Yes, that's probably what happened. Good job, Scare. That's exactly what the police thought, back when this all happened. However, there's an alternate explanation. Oh, what's the alternate explanation, then? Dead from excessive loss of blood. Okay, so... Okay. What do you mean, an alternate explanation? There's always the possibility that Shinobu was abducted. It's a remote possibility, but we can't rule it out since no corpse was ever found. Unfortunately, no one has ever provided any information to lead us to believe one over the other. A missing persons report was put up at the school, but frankly, you were the only ones to have offered any help in 15 years. I doubt anyone still knows much about it anymore. Gossip surfaces occasionally, but it's usually more fiction than fact. Personally, my theory has always been that Shinobu was murdered. That's my theory at the moment as well. Let's think for a second. Okay, nothing. Okay, so let's ask about Goro. Goro claims he came home later on that night and discovered his father, lying there in his own blood. He then contacted the police. Definitely a ruthless man, if you ask me. Okay, so let's ask about Goro again. Goro must have returned home only a few minutes after the crime had taken place. He did mention he saw a car speed away from their mansion on his way home. Oh, okay, so there is actually something else going on here. That could mean anything, but... Ask about the car. According to his report, it was a large black car. He didn't catch the license plate number, though. The long shot, thinking this car could have anything to do with the case. But it's still a possibility. There were a set of skid marks found a few feet from the pool of blood. Someone may have stopped suddenly to abduct Shinobu. I see. By the way, I heard something about a potential suspect who committed suicide. Well, you certainly are up on things, aren't you? Yes, as a matter of fact, his name was Teruhiku Uchida. Teruhiku Uchida? Tell me about Uchida. Mr. Uchida used to own a small factory here in town, but because of a loan he'd taken out from you-know-who, he was forced to sell it. Uchida seemed to value honesty and integrity above all else. It was just bad luck that he got mixed up with a man like Kaneda. Uchida, a very generous man, came to Mr. Kaneda's aid when he was still new in town. It was all downhill from there, though. According to witnesses, Mr. Uchida seemed visibly agitated in the days before the Kaneda incident. The police immediately sought him after the murder. However, when they found him, he was already dead. Okay. Did Uchida have a car like that? Nothing's known other than the fact that it was a large black car. His motive seemed to fit, and he was originally sought as the prime suspect. If only he hadn't committed suicide, we'd know more. Regardless, I believe the assailant is still out there. Scare, this case's statute of limitations is set to expire next week. We won't be able to crack this case unless something turns up soon. That's the gist of the Kaneda murder case. What I've told you today may not be repeated to anyone else. However, you may find it useful to record information in your memo for further reference. I've taken down everything I need. Can we go over some things again? Do you mind repeating what you said only one more time? No problem. Oh, okay. Well, let me think for a second. Thanks for the info. I hope this helps out somehow with the Yoko case. Oh, I didn't think that would actually end it. What do you mean? There was a girl named Yoko who was found dead recently, but... Are you saying her murder is somehow tied to the Kaneda case? I don't know yet. All I do know is that she was investigating an old ghost story called The Girl in Back. I have reason to believe that the basis for this rumor stemmed from Shinobu's disappearance. A ghost? Well, I'm sure that's an interesting story. You'll have to tell it to me some other time. However, I'm afraid I've got to get on with my day. Good luck, kid. Okay, so let's take a look at this stuff again. Kaneda was stabbed multiple times. He died from an excessive loss of blood. Judging from the stab wounds, it seemed as though the murderer held a considerable amount of hatred towards the man. The girl was simply at the wrong place at the wrong time. She went missing that night. No one ever saw her again, and to this day, no one knows what became of her. I hate to say it, but there's a little chance she's still alive. All we ever discovered was a small pool of blood about 30 feet from Kaneda's mansion. Type AB, the same as Shinobu's, and there were skid marks next to the pool of blood. So that does seem to suggest that Shinobu's death might not be connected to the Kaneda case. Back before the murder, Mr. Kaneda's snack bar was a local hangout. Many girls routinely stopped by there after school. Goro made a reputation for himself early on by picking up many of the local girls and taking them back to his father's mansion. He was very popular with the ladies. Back in those days, he was a bit more than friendly with a number of girls from Ushimitsu High School. Okay. Anything else with the car? Goro must have returned home only a few minutes after the crime had taken place. A single car passed by Goro as he approached the Kaneda mansion. According to his report, it was a large black car. He didn't catch the license plate number, though. Okay. So I think that's all we're gonna get on this. We do have a little bit more information now. So let me think. Thanks for the info. I hope this helps out somehow with the Yoko case. Okay, I think that's all we're getting here, because he's not gonna repeat any, he's not gonna add any new information. Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way now. Thank you, Detective. That was pretty useful information, so we got a little bit bigger picture of what's going on. This is the Utsugi Detective Agency. Utsugi's gone. Let's take a look at the phone. It's a telephone. Take a look at this drawer. This is the Utsugi Detective Agency. Okay, well, let's think. Before anything else, I ought to review, of course. It's clear that Shinobu had some sort of involvement in the Kaneda incident. It's likely Shinobu was murdered. Rumors of foul play could have spread around town, eventually becoming the ghost tale told today. So little is known about what happened all those years ago. Shinobu's whereabouts seem to have become engulfed in mystery. Uchida would have been the prime suspect had he not committed suicide. Still, that doesn't entirely rule him out as the murderer. Well, I think a big thing we gotta figure out is who is Goro now. Wait a second. Back when Yoko was investigating the tale of the girl in back, it's possible she stumbled onto something about the Kaneda incident. Something she wasn't meant to see. She must have stumbled onto something big for all this to have happened. What could it be? Could Yoko have discovered who the real murderer was? Seems possible. If that's the case, then it couldn't have been Uchida. I need to find out what she was onto, and fast. Well, I've got my work cut out for me. For now, my number one priority is to pick up Yoko's trail and see where it leads. Okay, I'm going to check my time real quick. Okay, yeah, we're at a pretty good stopping point now, so we'll go ahead and end here. We've got quite a bit more shaping up here. So Kaneda was murdered, possibly by Uchida, possibly by his son. His son hung out with the girl who went missing 15 years ago. So that seems to be some sort of connection we've got there. Wait a second. If Yoko really was onto something with the Kaneda incident, it might be better to check her house. Oh, good thing I thought there. Okay, well that's interesting. I guess we'll be heading to her house next time. See if we can find some information there. See, this one, I wanted to do that the first day too. I wanted to look around her room to see if there's any information. Alright, well we're ending there for today. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. My name's Scarecrow. I'll see you in the next video. Got a little bit more picked up in this case. Starting to put things together, but still don't have a real clear picture. Although it seems possible that Shinobu was murdered and sealed up in the school. We'll have to see how that all checks out. Could be connected, could not be connected. But we've got some ideas, got some assumptions to go off of, some hunches, I guess we'll say. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.